Hello, hello. Please say hi as you guys jump on. Actually, I won't. I was thinking I'd move this down, but actually I think I'm going to move it up. Is that straight? I hope. Okay, you guys, so please say hi as you jump on. Welcome, welcome. If you are watching this live, there's a little live red button up here. If not, then you are watching a recording, which is fine. You have 90 days to watch the replays these days, or I'm sorry, 90 days, 30 days to watch replays nowadays with the with Facebook Live. So you can watch the replays afterwards. Excuse me. I'm still recovering a little bit from having been sick, so I apologize for any clearing of my throat. Anyway, welcome. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jeri Mobley, also known as Shameless Stamper. I would love it if you would say hi if you're new and let us know that you're new so that we can welcome you. And because we're a very welcoming group here. So definitely say hi and let us know that you're new. Also, for those of you that are new, I do want to make sure you guys know I am here on Facebook 2 to 3 days a week live. So I'm on Saturdays and Sundays and then some Fridays, always at 2 p.m. Central Time or whatever that is for you. Yeah, I think it's only 30 days. Maybe I'm wrong. Is it 90? I'm pretty sure it's 30. Anyway, if somebody knows better, then correct me. That's fine. So we do all kinds of different things here. Paper crafting galore. We basically do cards, scrapbook layouts. We do 3D projects. I do technique videos, also craft organizing videos. So you name it, we got it. You can come to this channel for some fun, creative inspiration. And so many different kinds of things that we do here. And so you can join us live. We'd love to have you on live, but if you can't join live, you can always watch my replays for, I believe it is 30 days. Correct me if I'm wrong, like I said, but that's the new thing. But you can go to the live tab and it'll pull up all of my previous lives. You can check them out there. Right now, there's still more than that on. So if you want to go back and watch some of the old stuff, you can. I am in the process of, unfortunately, very slowly adding things to YouTube. So I will be doing that. But just know that it is a slow process because I'm having to add it to everything I do already. So it's one of those things. And then, of course, if you'd like to know what videos are coming up, you can watch or you can check out my events tab and that'll tell you what lives are coming up that you can watch. So that is what Shameless Stamper is all about. I'm here to help you guys with your crafting. And so I hope that you enjoy my videos. Yesterday we did an amazing video. I hope you guys watched it. If you didn't, go back and check it out. Hold on, let me grab it. We made this adorable cookie card. So if you guys missed it, it is such a cute little card and so easy to do. Really fun. You can even put a white circle on the inside if you wanted to. But so fun to do for something different for a like a birthday card or whatever you want. I'm going to use it for a birthday card, but you could use it for anything. So that's part of my Food Court Friday series, and we enjoyed making that one. I think it turned out adorable. So yes, I love Food Court Friday. It seems to be something you guys love. So no, my nails are not different than yesterday. They're the same. They're like a fresh freesia glitter. Same. That was funny. She's like, your nails are different. No, they're the same. They're like a glitter. It's kind of sheer. You can see through it to my nails. So, but yeah, you can see my nail tip there. The white part of my nail. Yeah. So it's really pretty. It's super pretty in person. It's on my toes right now too. See? Here, I'll show you. It's on my toes too. And yes, I have a tattoo on my toe. Okay. So I know, I showed my foot on screen. For those of you that don't like feet, I'm sorry. I actually have really cute feet, so at least that helps. But it's like one of my few virtues is I have really cute feet. Yes, prom is over. Yay! Yay for Lisa. For those of you that don't know, she is a florist, and so she's constantly dealing with certain holidays and stuff, and prom and Valentine's and stuff drive her crazy. But you have Mother's Day coming up, so that one's going to be rough too. All right, so welcome everyone. I'm sorry I didn't say hi to everybody as you guys were jumping on, but welcome, welcome. Please say what is in your cup. I would love to hear. I'm having my Chai Rooibos herbal tea with local honey. And actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm using honey that my brother-in-law, it's his honey. So it's semi-local because it's in Oklahoma, but it's not super close. So I don't know. He might be making steak. I'm not sure. Not positive. Then again, we may end up going to dinner with my cousin Lori, so I'm not sure exactly what we're doing yet. You were watching the old video from the Daisy Paper Pumpkin. That's why I remember different nails. Oh, that you were watching an older one from yesterday. I see what you're saying. I confused you. Weren't those cute though? The white and black, isn't that adorable? And I think you could do that with any color. It's so cute. Anyway, okay, graduation Memorial Day too. Yep. So it's never ending. Mountain Dew. Oh, one of my favorite sodas ever. Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper. Those are probably my favorite two sodas. Always have water. Yep. And by the way, guys, I have a new bottle. For those of you that like to see my bottles, I love this bottle because it goes from green to purple. This is by Enerbon, I think is how you say that. Not sure. Anyway, these are my new bottles. These are 32 ounce, and I do absolutely love this bottle. The reason I had to switch is because they stopped making the other one. So, and I broke my lid to my other one because I'm a klutz. And so anyway, this is the new one. So if you guys want this link, until I get my shop completely set up, it's not on there yet. So once I get that all figured out, it will be on there. But in the meantime, if you want the link, I'm happy to send it to you. So, okay. The tool video. You like the how to use video on the Pick Your Tool. Yeah, and don't miss the special, you guys. There's a really great special on the Pick Your Tool that I'm running. So if you guys are interested in that, you can get that, and it's only this month. Okay, so oh no, Brenda, you had cute feet too until you broke your toe and now it's crooked. I'm sorry. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, it's, you know, feet are not usually that cute, right? But I actually do happen to have cute feet, so that helps. Which is why I'm always wearing sandals. I might as well show them off, right? Madagascar Vanilla Rooibos Tea. Oh, that sounds really good. Yeah, there you go. So we're both having our Rooibos. You go, Brenda. Okay. Did I miss anything? If I missed a comment that was important, please re-say it, because there were a lot of comments that came in. Yes, I like the measurements on the bottle too, because I track my water. So, yeah. Super. Uh-oh, somebody cried. Oh, it was probably about the broken toe. Okay. Hey, everybody. So I missed saying hi to everybody individually as you jumped on, but welcome. I want to get started because we're kind of starting late, so I apologize to everybody that needed to jump forward to this moment. But all right, so today is our monthly class. Yes, happy Saturday. Lisa. Yes, the Stampin' Pierce mat. Yes. Okay, these are two things that are so underlooked in our catalog that everyone should have, and that is the Stampin' Pierce mat and a silicone mat. If you do not have these, they're not that expensive, and they're completely worth having for multiple reasons. This is super good for, I've got paper schmutz on there. This is super good, obviously, for piercing, but also for stamping, which is one of the reasons I love it, because it's good for both. So I keep one for stamping with my clear stamps, and then the other side for piercing, for anything I'm going to use my piercing mat for, or my tool for. And then obviously you guys see me use these both in every video. And then the silicone mat, also super duper important. I actually have more than one of these. And I don't know what I'd do without it. Like, I love them. So definitely make sure. Yeah, Brenda, you said that, or if it wasn't you, it was someone else. Somebody said that the other day, that Facebook's not letting people cast videos anymore. That is so weird. I mean, all I can say is watch it on your computer, maybe, so you have a bigger screen. That's what I do. I mean, mine's on my computer in front of me on my huge, I have a big monitor that's like, I'm trying to get my hands about this big. So that's where mine is, and that's where I watch everything that I'm doing when I'm crafting. So, okay, so anyway, back to this. We're going to be doing this class today. This is the Everyday Arches class using the Everyday Arches stamp set. You didn't have to buy the die set, but oh my gosh, it's amazing. Look, I have two. I buy two of shapes like this because I cut so many kits. It's nice to have multiples. Plus, I sometimes give them to my assistant who just commented. And so then I want to make sure I still have one set here at home when she's using mine. So when it comes to like shapes that I think I'm going to use all the time, and this is one of them, I usually buy two sets. So anyway, this is the Everyday Arches bundle. It is available right now. It is currently unavailable as far as getting the bundle because the die set is out, but it's coming back. Don't worry, it's not going away. They've just sold out, so they're getting more. But the stamp set is available, so you can purchase these. And then there's a new stamp set that coordinates called Arched Wishes that I highly recommend. And this is really nice because it, again, has some of these arched sentiments. This is also good for using in a circle. And so you can use these. Now, this one is a red rubber, while this one is a clear stamp. So this one has a little more flexibility as far as literally being able to flex your stamps around. But this is a super cute set. I love the little cupcake in here. So anyway, this is a great one, more specific for celebratory stuff like birthdays and stuff, even though there is some of that in this one as well. So I love this. And I want to point out too, that the number 6, or what I call the number 6, I always go from the biggest down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The number 6 arch also works really nicely with this stamp set, which is another one that's going out from our spring catalog. So if you don't have it and you want it, pick it up now. It's like the perfect size for this one. So you can put it in here and then put a sentiment underneath it, just the note or thank you right underneath it. Wouldn't that be adorable? So if you like this stamp set, this die set goes nicely with that as well. And I'm sure we'll have other products too that are arch shaped that'll go nicely with it. No guarantee, but you know, it's one of those things they tend to try to do to give you some options for things. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to this. So we are going to, let me move this out of the way, be doing these projects. And we're going to start with this one right here, which has a cute little envelope that we're going to make with it. Okay, so let me grab my kit here. All right, for those of you who've never done this before, my classes and clubs, I have kind of a general way I do them. I do the 4 main projects, which are usually cards in the beginning. Then I'm going to do quick announcements, drawings from the live comments. So the comment drawing for free product. And then I will do the layout. That way, for those of you that don't scrapbook, you don't have to stick around for the whole video. You can leave if you want to, or you can stay and watch. That's fine too. We won't kick you out, but you can leave if you wish. So no, they did not go back to red rubber. Some of our stamps are red rubber and some of them are clear. It's a mix of both. So yes, it's both. Oh, that's okay, Ruth. I understand. Oh, that's awesome. That'll be cool to go see. I'm trying to organize all my dies, stamps, and everything else, and I have more stuff than room for it. I understand that one, Kimmy. I do understand that one. So this is just a recommendation. Sorry, this is a freebie. This has nothing to do with this class. Because Kimmy said something, and I just kind of want to throw this out there. We all have probably more than we actually need, right? Like, I mean, it happens. But then there's things that we want that are new, right? So here's my recommendation to you. When you're organizing your stuff, go through it and weed things out a little bit. Pick things that you haven't used in a while that you maybe don't think you will use, or it's not necessarily your favorite. Like, would you buy it again? That's kind of how I look at it. Would I buy this again? If you don't think you'd buy it again, then put it aside and maybe donate it or sell it. And that would actually provide more income to buy things that you want to buy that are new. And also it'll kind of contain the amount of space that you have is not growing. So it'll keep you from outgrowing your space, or at least help. So that's my recommendation to you. That's what I do. I go back through my retired things and I go, am I actually going to use this? Did I use it at all? If I've never used it and I've had it for years, I'm probably not going to use it. So I go ahead and just sell it. So anyway, I hope that helps you. I don't know. It helps me. I usually just sell those things, and then that way I get a little bit of money back and I can buy something I want with it. Oh, thank you, Meryl. This is your first, oh yeah, this is Christy's first card class. Yep. Okay. I'm excited too. I'm always excited though. I live in that state. So, oh my gosh, did you guys just hear that motorbike go by? It was like one of those, not like a motorcycle, but like the other, they're so loud. Holy cow. Okay, anyway. So this is how my classes come. You get everything you need in here besides like your scissors and your adhesives and stuff. Your tools, you know what I mean. Okay, so everything's already cut and ready to go in here. Of course, you need your stamps and your inks and things like that as well. But in here, if you flip it over like this for you newbies, and then flip it back over, everything will be in order, because that's how I do my kits. So everything is in order. So if you, I'm a super organized person. Oh, I know, Kathy. I am dreading it when we try to move. Okay, so in here is your PDF. The first page has all of the items that I used to make the cards, and so that's all in here. And then the other pages are the recipes for the cards. And it also has the tools you may want to use. This doesn't change. It's the same on all of these. So it doesn't mean that I necessarily used every one of these tools. It just has some basic tools that we actually have that you may want. And so those are there. For instance, you guys hardly ever see me use my Stampin' Scrub, but it is my favorite tool for cleaning stamps. So you guys see me use this little guy, which is just a microfiber cloth. The reason is because it's easier to do on film than to pull out my Stampin' Scrub. However, my Stampin' Scrub is most definitely my absolute favorite cleaning tool for stamps, and I've had mine for like 25, maybe longer years, and I love it, and I will never get rid of it. So I highly recommend it. But that's my point, is this little list is just, you know, tools you might want to use. Okay. So there is your PDF, and you also got it emailed to you if you did the class. Also, if you didn't purchase the class and you'd like to purchase the PDF so you can make these cards yourself, then by all means you can purchase that from me. Okay. I knew what you meant. I knew exactly what you meant, Kathy. Brenda said, yes, I did. How are you, Anne? Oh my gosh. I didn't get to say hi to everybody. I feel weird. Okay. He's just, I think it's probably a teenager running around because he's just, that's what you're talking about, Brenda, isn't it? Okay, so then you have a little baggie in here, and I highly recommend putting your little pieces in some kind of little tray. Mine always gets like cat hair and dust in it. This is a magnetic tray that I use for my dies too, but This is really great if paper bowl, whatever you need, just some kind of little thing that you can contain all your little pieces in so you don't lose any of them. Because it's so easy to lose this kind of stuff on your desk or just on the floor. I mean, it's super easy to lose. So I like to put mine in something like that. Okay, and then your cards are already in order. So I'm just going to set these aside. We're going to start with this one, which is the one on top. If I go too fast for you, just try to keep up as best you can and then set it aside, move on to the next card. You can always watch the replay to finish getting everything done. So we do have a extra piece of the designer series paper in here that we're going to add to the envelope. So I'll do that in a bit. I'm sorry, I've got hiccups. We have our card base. We have this piece that we're going to, this is part of the beautiful everyday, what is it? Everyday sky? What's it called, guys? Oh my gosh, I forgot already. I think it's I'm looking. Everyday skies. Oh, I had it. Okay, so that's part of that. And then this is a retired paper. This is the fruit paper. You guys saw it yesterday. This is what we're using for the popsicle. And then we have a card base. So we're gonna just go ahead and fold our card base while we've got it here. Use my bone folder. Oh, that'll be fun, Anne. Comes apart, not like really apart, but it doesn't wind correctly. Okay, has any better ever gotten, what? A Stampin' seal that when you go to use it, it comes apart, like not really apart, but doesn't wind correctly. If you have a faulty, are you talking about the thing that goes in here? This piece is not winding correctly. If this is faulty, then the company will replace it. You just need to make sure you call them and let them know. If you need that number, Brenda, I'll be happy to give it to you, and they'll send you out a replacement if you're having a problem with one of yours. It happens from time to time. Lemons happen. They do have a lot of quality control, but you still miss a couple here and there, right? So I've had like one be a problem. Yeah, so I can give you the phone number. Just text me later, text my phone, and I'll be happy to send that to you. Okay, but we're gonna stamp on this piece. So I'm gonna set these two pieces aside because we need to stamp on this first. So I'm gonna grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. And you can put whatever sentiment on you want for this. Like if you want thanks or something else, by all means, go for it. I'm going to do hello because I thought this was a super cute little hello card, especially during the summer months. And so I'm just going to pop this on one of my words. What is this? An acrylic block. Okay, and then we're going to, let's see, I'm going to center that a little bit better. I don't do mine straight. You guys have probably noticed that because I want to look at the stamp, not my block when I stamp things to make sure that I'm getting it straight. I have paper fuzz everywhere. Do you guys have paper fuzz everywhere? Okay. Use a little vacuum. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to I have this cute little handheld vacuum. I'm going to have to show you guys at some point. It's so cute. Okay, so we're going to stamp hello, and I just try to make sure this is really well inked. And I'm going to pop my little hello up here in the corner, the right hand corner, just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, I actually need to add some ink to that. So we have that done. Super easy, right? Okay, then we're going to grab from our little thing of bits here, this piece right here. So this is just a little piece of crumb cake that we ran through the timber folder, I think it is. But we need to round the edge. Do you see that? It's rounded. Now, if you have a corner rounder, you could totally use that for this. We don't have one currently in our line. So you can take your little cloud die like this and just set it up against it. This is how I trick things. Okay, and then I'm just going to round it out using my little cloud die here, and that gives me a rounded edge. Okay, And if you want to mess with it a little bit, you certainly can. I mean, like, if it's not perfect to your standard, whatever, do what you need to. Okay, so there's my little rounded edge for the bottom of my popsicle. All right. So now we're gonna grab our card base back here, and we're gonna add our piece here. Paper fuzz and dog hair. Yeah, dog hair, cat hair. I swear, having shedding animals, I didn't used to have shedding dogs. Hair gets everywhere, but one of my cats is always in my office. So my studio space, this area, my studio has a lot of cat hair in it, particularly because my other animals aren't usually in here. So, okay, so this is gonna go here, and I did cut the little bite out of this with some little circle dies or circle punches, so you have a little bite, and then we're gonna put our little stick under here as well. So what I recommend is just kind of see where it's gonna fall, and then you can decide where you want your little stick to be. And so what I did is I just kind of placed it where I wanted it, and then I'm going to take a little piece of washi tape and I'm just going to hold it together so that it's where I want it to be. And then you could add tape here if you want to. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, I want to make sure it's straight. Oh shoot, it moved. But I know basically where it was. Okay, is that straight? Okay. So I'm going to take my dimensionals and I'm just going to add a couple of them right there, holding it together. That's probably weird, isn't it? But it's just easy. So I'm going to add some dimensionals all over the place on my little popsicle here. Maybe one more. I don't know. I use a lot of dimensionals. Y'all don't have to use as many as I do. Okay, I probably should have put one up a little bit higher, but that's okay. So we've got all these little dimensionals on here. I'm going to take all the backs off, and then we will add this. Oh wait, I forgot to put one on the stick itself. Sorry. I'm going to put one on the stick itself too, down here. All right, so now that we have all these little dimensionals on here, I can then pop this wherever I want it, making sure you can see the hello. And then I can take my little piece of washi tape off. Ta-da! And it's exactly where I wanted it to be. Washi tape is wonderful. If you guys don't have that, you need to get some washi tape and use it in your craft space. It's awesome. Okay, then we're going to add some embellishments to this, which are in here somewhere. They're in the bottom here. I'm going to find them. Okay, so we have all these cute little, I love these, by the way. These are the iridescent faceted gems, I think is what they're called. Am I wrong or am I right? I think I'm right. Yeah, that's right. Iridescent faceted gems. Okay, so you should have 6 large and 6 small. So I'm going to use two of one and one of the other. It doesn't really matter what you choose, but I'm just going to take, in this case, I'm going to take one of the large ones here and then one of the small ones in this space, and then whatever else you use down here. Okay. So I'll just add another one like that. All right. I lost a little bit of my gummy stuff on there. That's funny. That's never happened before. I must have got it with my fingernail. Okay, so we have our 3 little iridescent gems on there. So cute. Easy card, right? But so adorable. Yes, I do love dimensionals. I need stock in dimensionals because they're amazing. You too, Jill. Okay, and then let's go ahead and finish our little card, or our little envelope. I just added a piece of, I'm gonna do this with, okay, that little motorbike is driving me crazy. Yeah, it wasn't a tape booger. It was a piece of the putty end. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to put my silicone mat under here in case I go over the edge, but I'm just going to add adhesive all the way around on this piece because I don't want it to get torn up in the mail. By the way, I sent an envelope to someone. Who was it that texted me this morning and showed me? Oh my gosh, I've forgotten who that was. Their envelope was completely torn up. And sometimes that happens in those machines. It didn't have anything to do with my envelope. It just tore it up. But she still managed to get everything, whoever it was. It was somebody on my team. So if you're on here right now, you can say it's me. I forgot who it was. I have no memory, y'all. None. So if y'all are wondering, I don't. I have no memory. Okay, so there's our first card done. All right, number 2 is this super cool card. Are you guys ready for this? Because this is amazing. Now, I'm going to point out something about these dies. These are super cool. So you can do this kind of thing 2 different ways. You can do it the way I did it, which is easier for something like this, where we're doing I'm sending you a kit. And that is to just cut each individual color out and then just leave it like that and build on top of each other. So you'll see this has dimension to it. Can y'all see that? Okay, or you can take one color and cut it out with your 2 arches, whatever color you're doing, like this. And you can even change, like maybe you want it to be a wider arch, like you want the color to be bigger. And so you can cut it like this and you'll get a border piece. So you can create frames with this too, which is super cool. So you can do it either way. The way I did it for this, I wanted to get every single color, and I knew it was just going to be easier. Like cutting a whole bunch was going to be really hard if we tried to cut them like that. So I did it like this because I thought it was super cute. So I think this is cute, but you could do it either way. All right, so let's go ahead and put this card together. Again, I went ahead and chose to do paper for our envelope for this because the stamp set doesn't have a lot of, I mean, it does have some images, and you could totally stamp any of these little images you want to. In fact, you could stamp little birds in the background on this one if you'd like to. I didn't, but you totally can. But I wanted to make it super easy for you guys to make an envelope to go with these things. So I just went ahead and added this little piece. So let's go ahead and just add that on real quick. We'll get it out of the way. I know, it's cute, right? The popsicle. Yeah. I've actually done a popsicle layout too, doing that kind of thing. So yeah, it will make a really cute layout for that. But since I'd done it before, I didn't want to do it again for this, this event. Okay, so there's our envelope done. Okay, so now we're going to take our card base, which is black, and we're going to fold that and burnish. Now, there is a piece of white in here in the back that you're going to put as your insert, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and add that. Again, you could stamp on this if you want to stamp like the little birdies or something. By all means, go ahead and do that. Because it is cute. All right, so there's our card base ready to go. That is still lifting, so I'm going to push a little harder. There we go. Okay, I want it to lay flat. All right, so then we have this piece. Now, this is the piece I cut this out of. And so it's not going to matter because you're not going to see it, but we needed this piece, and it was the best way to do it was to do that. So this piece is going to lay flat on the card. But before we get to that, we're going to go ahead and build our rainbow. And what's super important about this is that some of these are going to end up longer than they need to be. Okay, so what we're going to do is one at a time, we're going to add our pieces together. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to start with this piece. So I am going to start by adding this piece to the purple. And what I'm going to pay attention to is not the bottom. I want to pay attention to the arch part. The bottom doesn't matter. Okay, this is an important aspect of this. So what you're going to do is you're going to get it lined up on your arch and just try to get an equal distance around the arch, whatever that is. Okay, and then you can either use your trimmer or you can use your scissors if you prefer. It's up to you. to cut this flush with this top piece. You want the top piece to be your guide. So I'm going to just trim this so that it is flush with that piece. Okay. Now this is now my quote unquote top piece. So we're going to add that to this one. Same thing, I'm going to try to get an equal distance all the way around with my arch. Don't look at the bottom part of it because that doesn't matter. You want to look at the rounded part. And just try to get it even. As close as you can. And then once you've got that even, go ahead and trim the bottom however you choose to trim it. Okay? And we're going to keep doing that all the way through the colors. Okay, so the next one is going to be, this was Azure Afternoon, and the next one is Coastal Cabana. That's so pretty, just blues like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Love cool colors. Hello, Maria. How are you? All right, so I'm just going to keep going, adding my layers. In each layer, I cut off the base if there's anything there to cut. Some of these may be perfect, and so you might not have to cut, but if you do, then you can. Oops, it moved. Hold on. That one moved on me. Let me get it straight. Just like that. How are you doing, Maria? I know, right? It is a cool way to make a rainbow. Okay. I need a sip. We're more than halfway done. Here we go. There's a lot of colors on this rainbow. You could totally do like a 4-color rainbow. Like a lot of people like to do that kind of thing. I just wanted like all the colors because I love rainbows. They're so pretty. They are God's promise to the world that he would never flood the earth again. So I've always loved rainbows. All right. Red. Oops. When we were on our cruise to Norway, we saw some of the most beautiful rainbows. They were like double rainbows and stuff, and they went right into the sea, which was amazing because you can never see where a rainbow ends, right? Because you can't ever see the actual horizon, but when you're at sea, you can see the horizon. And so it was so cool to see that beautiful, just gorgeous rainbow go right into the ocean. It was so cool. That was specifically our Norway cruise, actually. I guess I should have said that. So we were at sea. I think I'm cutting a little bit at an angle. I hope I'm not. It looks like I might be. But it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? It's handmade, not Hallmark. Okay. Last but not least, we're getting a little big here, so I'm going to go around that side too. So I used all 10 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I was like, I think it's 10. I used all 10 of the arches for this card. So you get to see every single size for this card, which is super cool. So, yeah. You're cutting crooked. It's okay. You don't, if it's not perfect, it's okay, but you can use your trimmer if you're worried about cutting crooked. I just decided to use my scissors. Okay. So there you go. All right. So now we're going to add the sky background to our card. And I am going to add a little bit on either side of this just because we opened that up. So just to make sure it kind of stays, doesn't move around. So I'm going to try to center this on my card base, just like that. That's going to be, it looks like a doorway into the sky. And that's going to go right at the base of the card, just like that. So we're going to put it at the base of the blue, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to add that on right at the base of the blue, and I want to bring it over so it's only about a ½ inch at most away from this side, because I don't want it in the center of my card. I want it more to the right. So I'm going to add that. Yeah, I think I cut a little bit at an angle, but that's okay. Life will go on. Okay. So now in here we have some clouds, and we want to get one of each type. So there's multiple types. You want this one and this one. Okay. And I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. And I'm also going to grab, let's see, I think we're going to grab the thanks. But again, you could do hello. I don't know if hello will fit on this because of the... Yeah, it will. It's just tight. I liked thanks on here the best, but you could choose whichever one you want for this, or something from another set would be fine too. So I'm going to grab thanks, and I'm just going to ink that up real quick. No, it won't. What do you mean, no, it won't? It won't be okay, is that what you're saying? Look, I cut a little bit crooked, and you're probably not even going to be able to tell, so. I know what you mean, though. I'm a perfectionist, too, so I feel you. Okay, so then we have our little thanks that we're going to put here. Now, what I'm going to do is, because this is lifted up on this side, I'm going to add adhesive, but over here I'm going to add a dimensional. So I'm going to flip this over, and I'm just going to put a dimensional on this end. And then I'm going to add some adhesive on this end, okay? We'll pull off. Life will not go on if you're crooked. Okay, so I feel ya. So we're going to add our little, and hopefully get that straight too. Same thing for this side. We're going to add a little bit of adhesive to this little tiny end, and then I'm going to add a dimensional to this end. But I'm going to put this one kind of up here. So you can have it, you know, overlap whatever pieces you want. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to put that one over here so that we have some clouds. And then we're going to add some of our gems again. So I'm going to grab this little faceted gem. Didn't want to come off of there. Okay. So I'm going to grab a large one, and I'm going to pop that up here. And we'll grab, hold on one second. Let me check something. I'm going to grab a small one for down here and another small one for up here. So I always do like one of each size together and then one of the other sizes in the other spot. Okay. All right. I know, I love this card too. This is probably one of my favorites just because it's a rainbow. I love the rainbow. So there is our second card done. So cute, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. Love it. That's number 2. Number 3 is this fun fold. Super cute fun fold. So we're going to be doing this guy. And again, I did go ahead and add a piece for you for this card for your envelope as well. So we're going to go ahead, but you can, of course, stamp on it. If you have the new sun stamp from the, well, you probably don't have it yet, but when you get it, the Notes and Totes has a little sun in it. That would be really cute on this too if you wanted to do that instead. But we don't have those available yet except for demonstrators. Okay, so for this one, you have a piece of our 2-tone cardstock that's 12 by 12, but it's cut at 4 by 12. And so for this one, we want the light side in the front. So I am going to just, you have one that's already folded back, so just fold the other one in the opposite direction. So you should end up with a Z, right? And so we're going to end up with this Z fold card. And I'll just go ahead and burnish that. Okay, and we want the light side in the front. All right, then we have 3 of these blue pieces, 1 white piece goes in the back, and then you have your 2 sky pieces, and they are different. So you want the one that looks like this. So can you see the difference? It's kind of got a little sun right here. We're actually going to cover that up with an actual sun, but you want this piece in the front and this is the middle. So that's how I figured out which one to put where. Okay. So I'm going to stamp on this one. So I'm going to set these aside temporarily. If you want to put them in order, you can. And I'm going to go ahead and add this piece to my envelope. Oops, wrong thing. I was thinking stamping. I'm going to go ahead and add this piece to my envelope just to get it out of the way so I don't lose it. So, and I just put the adhesive on the wrong side. How many of you were screaming at me? If you do that, it's supposed to go on this side. You can roll this off. I'll do it later. I'm not going to take up all the time to do that. I'll fix it later. And then add that to my envelope. I can't believe I just did that. Y'all, I'm a mess. Okay, so I'm going to use the stamp that says, "Know you are loved," but we're not going to ink up the "no," okay? Or you can cut it if you want to. I'm not going to cut mine because it's an arch. I want to keep it in its arch shape. So I recommend just not inking it up. And I think, yeah, I'm going to actually use a bigger block for this one. This is an E block, just like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to ink up everything but "no," which is easy to do. There's quite a big space in there. So just kind of pay attention to where you're inking and don't ink up the "no." Because we don't want that inked up. Okay. And so then once you've got the "you are loved," then you can pop that on there. You've had to roll that stuff off a few times. I'm telling you, I've had to do it many times because I make mistakes just like everyone else. I need to add some more. I'm going to use some of my Stampin' Mist. This is the best stamp cleaner and conditioner that I think you can get. I mean, I love it. It's awesome. So we're just gonna, I'm not saying there's not good ones out there besides that, but I love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean that up. All right. And so now that we've got that done, now I do need this mat. So I'm going to start by just adding all of these pieces to their background, their mats basically. We'll mat all of these up on a blue arch behind it. Hey Margie. Which paper is this? This is the Everyday Skies paper. It's the paper that comes in the, like if you buy the Everyday Arches, like the whole suite, it's part of that collection. So there's our middle. And then we have the inside that we're gonna write on. And like if you wanted to stamp some of the birds back here, that would be really cute. I thought about doing that. You could totally do that in that second part of the sky. I think that'd be super cute. Okay, and that's the last piece. So then you're going to take this with the light side up and just open it all the way up. Okay, and I'm going to add my front piece first because that's the piece that we're going to see. Now what I want to do, and this is important because we're going to make sure these are lined up. So what I want to do is I want this to be equal distant on the three sides from my arch. So I'm going to flip it over upside down and I'm going to get it where I think it needs to be, which is about here. And then I'm going to add my adhesive and make sure I stay below that point. Okay. And now I can add that front piece first. Trying to get it straight. No crooked. Okay. Now once you've done that, because it's going to go like this, that means this piece is going to go back here. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to fold it over and then we're going to line it up with this one so that it's exactly the same. So I'm going to add my adhesive and then I want to line it up with this arch so they're exactly the same, because you don't want that the arches from the back to show through to the arch in the front, right? See how that works? All right. And then the same thing here, we need it to be the same. So here's my little tip for this one. You're going to actually lay this upside down on this arch. Get it all lined up. And if you want to put some washi tape across these, you can. I'm just going to hold mine really tight. And then once you have that lined up, oops, I moved it. Shoot. Maybe I should have put washi tape on mine. Okay, so get it all nice and lined up. And then take this piece and just fold it down on top of that. Okay? And that'll keep everything nice and lined up. See that? Ta-da! Isn't that cute? So cute. Okay, now we're going to add our clouds to this. So again, we're going to grab one of each of the clouds. Also, you have your little sun in here. So you have your sun middle and your sun rays. So grab those. We're going to add the middle, oops, maybe, to the base of this. And this is basically going to go right over where that sun is. Just like that. And then I'm going to take this piece and it's going to just tuck under there a little bit. Just like that. And then this piece, so it's kind of at the end of this part. And then this piece I'm going to have stop just under the U. So it's kind of an end cap. And you can have it go outside of this a little bit because this card is only 4 inches wide. So if you want your, I should have used my, for that, but if you want to use your cloud to come out like this a little bit, just don't go more than like 1/4 of an inch out, okay? You still want it to fit in your envelope. Then you can do that, which is kind of cute, having something stick out like that, right? Okay, and then we're going to add our embellishments here. So I'm going to grab one and put it over here. Put a little one down here. And then, oh, it doesn't really matter, but we'll grab another one and put it way up here. Just like that. Okay? So there is all of those. I can't get that to move. It's stuck to my silicone mat. Oh, goodness. Okay. So that one is done, and your envelope looks like this if you did it right instead of the way I did it. What did you, oh, you're going to have to break down and buy everyday arches. Yeah. So right now, like I said earlier, the dies are, they're out of stock right now, but they are coming back. The stamp set and the other stamp set, Arched Wishes, is available to buy right now. But if you're going to buy the arch dies too, I recommend waiting until you can buy the bundle, because then you'll be able to save some money. Just, you know, just my recommendation, but y'all take it or leave it. Okay. So there is our third one done. Now for the super duper card. Y'all ready for this? This is our super fold. So this is a fun fold that has all kinds of fun little flaps, and it's just fun, y'all. It's just fun. And you can choose whether or not you want to just have your writing be here and have this just be the sky, or if you want more space for writing, you can open this up and have a piece here. So I did put all the pieces to do it either way. So you guys can choose what you want to do. Okay. All right. So here we go. And we're actually going to stamp on this envelope, but you could stamp on any of the envelopes, right? Like, it's your choice. Oh, by the way, I got to show you this. This is my little alternate card that I made. So cute. So you can take these arches and put them behind each other like this and make a heart. So this is using the, let's see, what number is this? I think this is it this one? Oh no, it's this one. So it's number 1, 2, 3, 4. It's number 6 again. So you can do it with the number 6. So you have 2 arches like this, and then you just line them up together, and it makes a perfect, cute little heart. So any of these sizes you can do. I don't think that you could get a 5 on here. So a 5 is about as big as you can get on a regular size card, and then down. But the thing about the skinny ones is that they don't really look like a heart. So it's kind of just this mid-range, this 5, probably 3 to 5, maybe even 4, but, or 4 to 5, maybe even 3 is what I meant to say. Range is where you can get this cute little heart. So I thought that was super cute. We're not doing that card. That's an extra card. Okay. So I just wanted to show it to you guys. Okay, here we go. You ready? So we are going to grab our card kit. Whoops. And pull all these pieces out. There's a lot in here, okay? So be careful. There's also some ribbon in here. Mine is sticking, so don't lose your ribbon. Make sure you've got all your pieces out. Let's go ahead and stamp this piece to start with. And you can do it however you want. I'm going to show you what I did. So I'm going to stamp with my hello at the bottom. I thought that was super cute. You can put hello on any envelope, right? That's cute. Even a birthday card. So I'm going to add hello. And then I'm going to grab my little balloons, because this card has balloons on it. So I thought that was super cute. So the little balloon. And I'm just going to do this like 3 times. So I'm going to do like 1, that one's a little crooked, sorry, 2, and then 1 up a little higher, and in the middle, 3. Okay, so I have like 3 little balloons on my envelope, and that's done. All right. Now, we're also going to stamp on this piece. We've got a lot of pieces we're going to stamp on, so I'm just sort of leaving them here because I want to show you what we're doing. Okay, so this piece, I'm going to use the "You Are Simply Fantastic." Or if you have this one, you could, I'm pretty sure, yeah, you could fit the "Cheers to Another Year of You." That would be super cute there too. So, but I'm going to use the "You Are Simply Fantastic." And by the way, this will work on any arch that's this big or smaller. And what you'll notice is that with this straight, this comes down too soon. And so all we have to do is move it out to make it fit this space a little bit better. And so the way that I usually do that, let's see if it works. I don't know if you can see this on screen, but I put it where I want it on my piece. And then I'm just going to push this out a little bit and kind of set it down and kind of push it against my silicone mat. And it's going to hold on to it for a second if you push it down onto the silicone mat. And then I can pick it up with my E-block. And it should be, oops, I just lost my, that's why I don't normally do that. It should be the right, yeah, curve for that one, okay? So while it is kind of made specifically for a certain arch, you can adjust them a little bit depending on which one you're using for whatever arch you want to use it for. Okay, so we're going to do this one. And when I do bigger stamps, I usually pick up my ink pad and stamp do this. It's just easier for me. Also, I can see that I'm inking it up completely. Okay, so yes, my block is chipped, by the way. So we're just going to pop this on here. You're Simply Fantastic. I love this card. It's so cute. Okay. Ta-da! All right, so there's that. And then we're going to add one of these cute little balloons up here in the sky. You can do more than one if you guys want to. If you want to add a couple more, by all means. I would probably do, if not one, then I would do like 2, just or multiples, because you want to, odd numbers are better. I can do just 1 because it's different from this one. If I do more than that, I'm going to either do, I want to keep it in some kind of odd number. Okay, so that's just an idea for you. Okay, so that's ready. Sorry, hiccups. Okay, we're also going to do the hello. So we have a white piece here, and we want to make sure that's going in the right direction. I did notice that some of the tape transferred a little bit, so I thought I got them all, but that one isn't. So if you need to pull off any tape, just make sure you do that first. So we want the rounded part to the left, and we're going to stamp hello, or whatever you want it to say. Any stamp that fits here will do. All right, so there's hello. Okay, and then on the inside here, you can see I have birds. So I'm going to stamp on this one with the rounded part going to the right this time, the 2 little birds, and they're right here. I almost grabbed the plane. You could do the plane. Do whatever you want. I like the birds. And we're gonna stamp these right here. Also, I want to point something out. So when this is closed, you have space up here. If you wanted to do a bird like the birds there too, you could do that. So that's an option as well. Just keep that in mind. You have options. Okay. And then we're done with all the stamping part, at least. Okay. So that's all of our stamped pieces. Let me move my ink. I gotta clean some stamps off now. I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so now that we're done with that part, we're gonna do a couple of things here to add to some of these pieces. So first off, you need to decide if you want this to be flat or if you want this piece here. So in here you have this piece right here, and it's going to go like this. If you want it to open up like this, then you're going to score at 5, let's see, I'm trying to remember, it's 5 1/4, yeah. So this should be 5 1/2. So you want to turn it upside down so that your sky is down here, and you're going to score at 5 1/4. So you should have about 1/4 inch flap. Okay. If you don't want it, then cut it at 5 1/4. Okay. Either way, you're going to need to use your trimmer to either score or cut. Okay, I'm going to score just so I can show this part. Okay, so if you decide you want to lay it flat, then when we get to it, you're just going to lay it flat down, and the smaller white piece you won't need. Okay, you can use that for something else. Okay, so the bigger white piece is our card base. And so we have to, oh, sorry, one more thing we've got to do with our scoreboard. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so you have these straight pieces in here. So we also need to score these at 1/2 inch as well. So all of these, I'm going to put them on their right side up here, need to get scored at 1/4 inch. I think I said 1/2 inch. I meant 1/4 inch. They're 1/2 inch pieces. So we're going to score them at at 1/4 inch. Words. I can speak, I swear. So just score those at 1/4 inch real quick. Yes, embossing powder for the birds would be really pretty. Yes. If you wanted to do it with embossing ink instead and black embossing powder, that would be super beautiful. Not something I do for my classes and clubs because not everybody has those products, and I don't like to make people feel like they have to. So I usually try to stay away from that kind of stuff for my classes and clubs. But yes, that would be really cute. Okay. So once you've got this done, you have these pieces, and there's, I'm going to put them in size order because that's important, because we're going to be using that here to attach things. So we're going to take our card base, which is the big white square, and we're going to add these pieces. And so the way we're going to do this is we're going to start with our little pink piece over here. So it's going to end up over here, but we wanted to end up with the pretty side on the outside of the card, right? So it's going to open like that. So the back side of your, and you can tell because the back side is a little bit rougher, it's the back side of it's not the smooth side, right? So we want this to attach here and attach here so that it'll fold. Okay, and so the best way to do that, to make sure everything ends up the same, is we want to line up our card and our piece. And you'll notice here that my little pink piece, can you see this? It's a little bit further away from the actual card base. It's not smack up against it. It has to have enough room to actually fold. Otherwise, if you don't do it that way, then you're going to have white showing on the edge and it looks kind of funny. So we're going to go ahead and fold the little piece and then burnish that. And I want to add it just outside of that little, here, let me try to, I'm trying to show, it's hard to show what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying? Okay. So we're going to add it in the center of this piece, just like that. So I want to do that first because that's the easy side. And now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have made these a little bit taller, but that's okay. 1/4 inch will do. I probably just should have done half. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I did half on this. I'm not sure. Maybe not. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue, or you could use your tear and tape, whatever you want to do. And I'm going to center this. I can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to have to change it like this. Okay. So I'm going to center this on this piece, but I don't want to bring it past the edge, okay? Make sure that it stays within this. This card is a little more complicated, but you can all do it, okay? And I'm sorry if this is your first class, because this is a little bit more challenging, but you can do it. No, this is the big pink piece. I mean, the light pink, yes, but not this piece, this piece. Okay, so you see how this is a little bit lighter? It's the outside one. Okay. All right, so once you get that done, once you get that put on there, then you can open this back up and we're gonna add this to this piece and just leave a little bit of room. And so I find the easiest way to do this is to put a silicone mat under here because it'll kind of help you hold it where you want it. And so I'm going to add a little bit of glue to this. Don't put too much on here, guys. You don't need to make a mess. We're just trying to get a little bit of glue on there to hold it. All right, so I'm going to leave it a little bit away from the edge. Not a lot, just a little bit. But I want this line to line up. And so I'm just going to check it. Yep, that looks good. I got paper fuzzies. Okay. Just make sure that it lines up before it sets. You don't want to see any white. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with the next piece, which is this one. This is the second largest. So it's your middle length at this point, this one right here, that you need for this one. So we're going to fold that and burnish it. We're going to do the same thing with this one. Once you've done it once, it's easy to do the rest, right? So we're going to do the exact same thing with this one. Make sure you're on the back side of this magenta piece. Add your glue and center that. And add it just inside this so that it's you don't want any white to show here on the front. Okay? So just inside, then you can open this up. We're going to rotate it. You're always putting it in the top right corner. Okay? So that's kind of how that works. All right, so we're going to add our glue here. And it's the same process for all this. I'm still on but busy crocheting an Afghan. Oh, that's cool. Is that for me? I've thought about, I used to have this really ugly Afghan that was my dad's, and it's that you guys know it. It's from like the 70s pattern, that chevron pattern, and it was in like brown, greens, and blues, and I don't know. Anyway, you've seen them. They're very 70s. My mom crocheted, I believe, but I've always wanted to get somebody to crochet me one that's in colors that matches like my decor, because they're so pretty. I love them. Okay, make sure that it lines up and doesn't show any white here, okay, on that top edge. Good to go. Okay, so now we're moving to the next one, which is the dark Blackberry Bliss. And this is the next smallest. It's a wedding gift. That's a great wedding gift. What colors is it? Brown, gold, and green. Yep, there you go. Yep, so much that time period. Yeah, ours was brown, green, and blue. That's so funny. I have pictures. I've also thought about getting one made for her in colors that match her current house. I think that would be so cute. Because she doesn't do that anymore. I don't know why. She should. But she doesn't. She hasn't crocheted in forever. Alright. So, we're going to add this one. Again, we just rotate. We're always rotating it clockwise so we can put it on the next batch. So, this one's going to go here. This is a little bit harder to see the gap because it's dark, so I'm gonna move it out here a little bit just so I can, no. Yeah, I'm gonna move it out here because I can't see it. That's better. Okay. I'd rather put it on there, but because it's so dark, I can't see it. And I'm not putting very much glue on. I'm just put a little bit on and then I kind of move it around. So, and then I get it lined up. And then lay that down. Whoops. This is why I use the silicone mat, because it likes to move around otherwise. Let me make sure that's flat. There's definitely some paper fuzzies. All right. And then rotate again. And this one is our big blue piece. So you've got light pink, dark pink, berry, and then, or blackberry bliss, and then finally the blue piece. And this one I want my mat for. All right. So I really played around with this a lot to figure out how I wanted to do it, because you have to make these little hinges, but then you want them basically covered. So what do you do to fix all that? So yeah, so that's what all of this mess is to help you with that. So again, this is the front. So I'm going to rotate that and we're going to put it on the back. Yeah, move over like that. Sorry, it was in my way. So I'm going to add glue to one side and add it to the center. Always making sure that you can't see. And we'll open that up, add a little bit of glue here. Hello. My glue stopped coming out. There we go. Line it up. Leave a tiny little gap. It's a tiny gap, guys. It's not a big gap. You just want it to not... Oops. So when you lay these down, should look like that. It is not going to lay perfectly flat all the way around. You guys need to be aware of that. It's just not. Because if it did, then you'd have like the pieces, this piece would be bumping into that. It just won't work. So you are going to have a little bit of an angle, and that's okay. But this is what you should end up with. So something that looks like this. It's super cute. Everybody's going to love it. Okay. So now the inside. Okay. So if you want to be able to write here, but you don't, or rather, sorry, if you just want to put this on the inside and you cut this at 5 1/4, then you're going to lay this right on top of here and just center it in this space. Okay. If not, then what you're going to do is we're going to add this white piece under here. And you can do that one of two ways. You can either glue it or you can tape it. But let me show you something. This is what happens. You get this little bit of a piece that sticks out. So if you are going to use this, you're going to take this piece and we're actually going to cut just a sliver off that side. Just a sliver. You don't want much. And then I'm going to tuck this side that I cut off in here, and that should line up better and not show white here. Okay? And so then you can either put a piece of tape here, or you can do what I'm going to do, which is I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to add my, woo, I'm sorry, I just threw my bone folder. I apologize for that. So I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to add my adhesive here. And I don't care if I go over this edge, because that's just going to get folded. And I'm going to fold that in, just like that. And then I'm going to come back and add adhesive on top. And I'll add adhesive on the other sides here. And now I'm going to take this piece that I've put together, and with the blue on the bottom, we'll add our sky to the background, just like this. Okay, and so now you have this piece that opens up, so you could write in here, you can write here, it's up to you. Oh, mine got a little bit over, so I'll probably come back in with some glue with my eraser. I went further over than I meant to. It happens, that's okay. No big deal, it's fine. Okay, so there you go, that's that piece. Now we're gonna come in and add stuff to these pieces to make them a little more attractive. So I'm going to start with the pink like I did before, and I'm going to add this little arch. Again, I want to make sure that I'm not using the sky side, I'm using the pink side. So I'm going to put my adhesive on the sky side, and then I'm going to bring it to the center of my arch. You could bring it all the way down if you wanted to. Don't go too far because you still have to be able to fold it, but I think it works better if you just put it in the center. That's just my opinion, but you guys can do what you want. All right. So there's that. Then we have this little piece that I'm going to add here, and it's just a little rectangle. So it doesn't have to be another arch. It can just be a rectangle. So I'm going to actually flip it this way. It's just easier for me to get to. This happened to be from our toadstool paper, which I just thought was so cute with this. Actually, I think I'm going to do it this way. And I'm just going to put this down here toward the bottom of this piece. Just covers up some of that hinge. You could even stamp in here if you wanted to. You can do whatever you want. Okay, then this piece here, we're going to do a couple of things too. Where is, uh-oh. I think I left a piece out. Oh my gosh, do you guys have this piece? You're supposed to have this piece. I think I left it out. I will send it to you. So you're going to add this little piece on here. I'm sorry, I left it out. And then we're going to take these two pieces and we're going to add them to this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take these two pieces and I'm just going to add some adhesive just on the far end like this, the flat end. Okay, this will make sense in just a second. So I'm going to add these two together, the inside of both. So I've got the outside here and the outside here. See that? So if I bring them too far down, Kathleen, then they're going to get into the hinge itself and it won't close. So you've got to be super careful. You can bring them down a little bit, but don't get too close to that actual fold because it will kind of it'll muck up your actual hinge itself. Okay, so once you have these two pieces together like this, they're kind of like a little sandwich. See that? We're going to add them to this piece, just like that. And so the easy way to do it is to get them lined up is to add them together first. But then I'm going to add whatever kind of adhesive you want to the inside. Just keep it apart, okay? Add whatever you want to the inside. And here, let me fold these in for a second so I can get this straight. And then I'm actually going to do it this way. I'm just going to put that in like that. So it goes against there. And now it's adhered to both sides. Isn't that cute? Oops. Just like that. Okay. I'm sorry I left this little piece out. I don't know why. Okay. So there's that one. And then finally we have this one here, which is the one that you can write on. And I'm going to center this one again. I think these look better centered anyway. No one's going to pay attention to the hinge. The hinge is covered. It's good. It's fine. It's white anyway. It kind of blends in. Okay, so this is your writing space, right? Now, the last thing we want to do to this before we add all the stuff on the front is we want to add our ribbon. I need some weight on that. Okay, so you have your ribbon. It should already have a crease in it. I tried to do it in the center. Hopefully it stayed there. And so I recommend you putting that crease right here. Now, there's a couple of things you can do when you're doing this part. If you want, you can put some adhesive under your ribbon to hold it in place if you don't want it to move around. Okay, if that's something that you're worried about, you can totally do that. So feel free to do that if you feel like you need to, but you don't have to. We want it to be pretty far down though, so that's where I want mine to be. And so if you want to put adhesive, feel free to do that. And if so, let me show you. Just take a little bit of this and add it right here. Pull that tight, flip it over, and pull it tight. Okay, so you'll have a little bit of adhesive just holding it in place. The problem with this particular ribbon having adhesive under it is it might be a little bit sticky just because it is like a sheer ribbon. So just be aware of that. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. So now all we've got to do is tie this, which is hard because it's on an edge, but it's okay. We can do it. We're just tying a knot. So I'm just going to, let's do it this way. Tie myself a knot, and I want to try to, before I make it really tight, I want to try to maneuver my ribbon pieces so that they're pointing out, not down. And one of the ways you can do that is by going ahead and tying it a second time. It is a little bit cumbersome, sorry. But once you get it, you'll be happy with it. Okay, and so I want these to come out. So I'm going to try to just twist them around till I get them in the position that I want. And then once you get them going in a direction that you like, oh, I like that one. Let's see if I can get this one doing what I want it to. It doesn't always do what you want, but play with it until you get it how you like it. Then you can come in and trim your tails at an angle. I always wait till I get it where I like it though. Especially with this ribbon because you don't want it to unravel. Okay, so there's your ribbon. Just like that. All right, and now we're gonna add our pieces. So we are going to make our little balloon, and to do that we need these 4 pieces. So I'm going to set this aside for a second. Got all of these pieces. Okay, so we're going to grab our silicone mat. Everybody still doing okay? Lisa, is this my own invention? Are you asking about this? It is not exactly my own invention, and then again, it kind of is. So basically, I saw a card that was similar to this, and I had to kind of invent, I mean, I saw these little flaps, these 4 flaps, right? And so I had to kind of invent how I was going to do it. So I was inspired by a 4-flap card, and then I had to figure out how to do it. Right? So yeah, so I didn't get instructions from anyone, if that's what you're asking. No, I had to do that myself, but I did get inspired by someone else's creation. Okay, so we're gonna start with this piece right here. This is our little decorative lacy piece that we're gonna add to our balloon, and this has been run through an embossing folder. I chose the Basics, which is a retired one. I'm sorry, but I love it. I still use it. The Basics folder, that's the Hatch design. It is one of my favorites, and I'm so sad that it's gone because I love it so much. So forgive me for continuing to use it, but it's amazing. So I will keep using it because I love it so much. I can't help it. It's just like, I was so sad when they retired it. There's some products I can get over being retired. This was not one of them. Same thing with the painted textures. I have a really hard time getting rid of that one too. So this is very detailed and fine. So you're gonna probably get some glue on your mat. That's okay. Just try not to use too much glue. And then we're going to add this on. It goes on with the curve down, and you just want to line it up where it lines up with the, on both sides with the actual balloon. So you'll know because it'll be on the side. So wherever that is, just go ahead and add that on there. Okay. Now this piece, we're going to add to our basket first. This is kind of weird, but this is how I did it, and I think it's the best way to do it. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to flip it over. I'm going to add adhesive just to the basket part, okay? So I'm going to add a little bit of glue. Hold on, I've got a little paper thing, and I don't want that there. Okay, sorry. So I'm going to take just a little bit of glue, and I'm going to add it to the basket part. Little tiny dots is what I find works best on most things. So little tiny dots just in the basket part. And then I'm going to line that up with the basket here. And then this is the challenging part. We actually want this to go in between the two pieces, but then I'm going to have this line up with the balloon where it lines up with it, right? Which is not gonna leave a whole lot of space here. And that's okay, but I am gonna tuck it in there. So there's very little overlap. So just be aware of that. So, so I'm gonna now grab my tweezers down here, and I'm just gonna add glue to this part. You can add a little bit down some of the tops of these lines. Don't do the outside lines at all, just the middle three, okay? Don't go too far down either, just maybe like halfway. Okay, and then I'm gonna tuck it behind those pecan pie ones, or in front of the pecan pie ones. And then get that lined up with that. So your pecan pie is barely going to overlap, okay? I wish they had given us a little bit more here, because that would have made it a little bit easier, but it is what it is. Okay, so it's connected. That's what's important. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to grab my dimensionals, and we're going to do one of those fun little tricks where, actually, I think, yeah, first of all, I'm going to take a big dimensional, and I'm going to grab those two little pieces at the bottom there. So I'm adding my dimensionals, but then I'm going to grab the edge of my dimensionals, and I'm just going to cut a little piece off there to stick on the basket. Okay, I think I'm going to put one more here. Okay, so once you've done that, go ahead and take these off. And I'll bring back in my card here. And I'm just going to pop this on here in the center, basically. Just like that. Now, we have some clouds. An extra cloud in here. Do you guys have an extra cloud? Or did I just end up with one? That's weird. Did I forget to put something somewhere? Hold on. There's not one on this. I don't think so. Oh, I did. You guys, I forgot this one. Okay, I'll fix that. Let's finish this card and then I'll fix that. I'm sorry. I completely forgot it. Y'all were probably screaming at me. You forgot the cloud. Okay. So, sorry about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these. You have two small clouds and two big clouds in this style, this little style. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the big ones and we're going to cut it down the biggest hump. So I just put it in my trimmer at the bottom, and right down the center of that big hump, I'm going to just cut it. And basically what this is going to give us is 5 clouds visually, which is an odd number. So I do this a lot, especially when I don't want to have to cut a whole nother die, and because it looks really cool to have it kind of going off the edge, right? So I'm going to go ahead and add a small one. right here. And now this one that I cut, I'm going to grab this side that has the side on the right, the straight side on the right, and I'm going to add that right on the edge over here. And then I'm going to grab this side of that cut piece, and we're going to add that down here at the bottom of our word, basically. So we have a bunch of clouds on the front, and I'm going to keep this here, but I'm going to add these clouds so that they, do you see how they kind of, this one goes up underneath, but I use it as a frame of reference. So I want this one here to go under just a little bit. Trying to get it straight. And then the little one, I did. Well, I didn't make a mistake. I just forgot to do it. And then we're going to add this one up here. And I do make mistakes all the time. All the time. Okay. And then finally, I'm going to add my 3 little embellishments. Now you guys can add these embellishments wherever you want. If you want some here and some up here, that's fine. In this one, I put them all up here, but on this one, I'm going to do it a little bit different. So if you want to just look first, you can. So I'm going to take the one of each size up here. So I'm going to do a large one and a small one up here. And then I'm going to do a small one, or whatever size you have left, down here. So if you guys want to do something different, that would be the way to do it. Otherwise, you can do it the way I did here. It's fine, whichever way you prefer. Okay, so that's that card. And its cute little envelope. All right. Now, let me fix this. I'm sorry, I forgot. So we should have done it before we added it, but that's okay. We can still make it work. I can fix it. So this is what it looks like. There's a little cloud here. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to flip it over upside down. And I'm going to take it so that I almost make this part of it flat. Not quite, but nearly. And then I'm going to cut it. So you're going to get kind of this little angle piece off here. And if you want to use that somewhere on something, by all means, go for it. But I just wanted a third piece here. So we're going to use that here. So now I'm going to just grab my adhesive. And I'm going to tuck it behind that pink piece. You should still be able to do that because you don't have a whole bunch of glue there. Just like that. I don't know how I forgot that earlier. You know what you could do with this piece? You could add it on the inside if you wanted to. That would be kind of cute somewhere, maybe. Maybe add it here. I don't know. I'm just going to recycle it. I don't need it. So there you go. Sorry about that. I completely spaced that piece. So there are all 4 of our cards done. So cute, right? And I showed you the bonus card if you missed it. Ooh, I just like nearly knocked that off. There's the bonus card. Super cute. What did I do with my cap? Oh, I stuck it in here. I didn't even know I did that. Always put your cap on. Remember, always put your cap on. Okay, so there's that. So for those of you that are going to watch the layout, stick around. But don't leave even if you're not, because I'm going to do quick announcements and then the drawing for free product for everybody who's been commenting. So if you haven't commented yet, make sure to comment right now so you don't miss out on the drawing. Okay, so here we go. Quick announcements. We've got a couple of events going on I want to make sure you guys are all aware of. One is my May card class. Registration for card club. Registration for this closes on the 21st. So if you have not signed up yet, you've got, a little more than 2 weeks, I think. Is that right? Yeah. No. That's not right. Less than 2 weeks. What am I saying? You've got like a week and a half. You've got less than a week and a half. Math, whatever. I'm actually normally pretty good at math. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you. The bonus card put you over the top, so you just totally want to make a heart one, right? That's okay. Homework's always fine. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so make sure you sign up for this by the 21st if you're interested. And this is using the brand new from the new annual catalog that starts in May, Notes and Totes, which is so cute, you guys. The stamp set's cute. It has a couple of little images, which I love. The little sun and this, great for beach stuff. Of course, the hibiscus flower and the sand. And then you've got a really great background kind of flower piece. But the sentiments are super cute too, which is one of the things I love. So this is a great little sentiment set. Could you make these cards without it? Maybe. There's a couple of things like the little sun, stuff like that. Like if you don't have something to replace it, it might not be as cool card-wise, but it's up to you. I'm going to show you the cards in a second. The really cool thing though is if you buy this in a bundle with the dies, you're going to have an over-the-top bundle that you can use over and over again because it has all these amazing dies. It's got a newspaper here. I didn't end up using the pocket, but there's a pocket. There's so many different things in here, you guys. I used most of it. I didn't use this lotion bottle either. I used this one, the squeeze version. But you can use so many different things, even a fence, and anyway, let me show you the projects. Also, the one thing you're not seeing is you can turn this into a 3D little tote bag, which we are going to be doing as our bonus for those of you that are club members. So if you're not a club member and you'd like to be, think about joining so you can get that too. So I'll show that eventually. I haven't finished it yet. I'm trying to decide exactly what I'm doing with it, but let me show you the project. So here's the first card. Sweet and simple. You can use any of the sentiments on this that you like, whether it's the just a note or sending warm wishes. I think sending warm wishes would be super cute for this. But I use the relax and enjoy, you earned it, because I thought that would be super cute for one of my team members. But anyway, I love this set because it just has so many cute little pieces to it. So there's our first card. Our second card has all the things. Look at this. Cute little beach bag. We've got a newspaper in here with the newsflash, you're fabulous. We've got the water bottle, the lotion bottle, the cute little sunglasses. I even made a little earphone set using this handle that you see here. There's multiple handles that you can use for this. And I think that turned out super cute. By the way, you're going to get a full pack of the paper you see behind here. This is the Thoughtful Journeys paper with this club. So this one has the fence and even has the little purse scarf. And this is some of the other handle and all that kind of pieces that you can use to make that like LL Bean style looking card. So I love that one. But anyway, that is so cute. You're also going to get a full pack of the flat back pearls. And then finally this one, which I think makes a really great happy birthday card. Happy birthday's not in this stamp set though, so I will be changing mine later. But if you have a happy birthday stamp from something else, you could totally do that. But I love the little shopping bags. I think it looks so cute. And I just use the Newsflash, you're fabulous, because that's also cute with this, right? And you can see the little tag piece there. By the way, the little heart is from the inside of the glasses, so you can use the extra pieces when you cut out your glasses for different things, which is so cute. So anyway, I love this set. I think it's super adorable. So I hope you guys will sign up for this. To sign up for any of my events, all you need to do is text me to register. Do not send me a Facebook message, guys. I need you to text me to register. That is how I do my official registrations. So be sure to text me anytime you want to sign up for one of my events. The reason is because I can miss the ones on Facebook, and that's one of the reasons. But I don't miss my texts, and so texting is always the best way to get a hold of me. Okay. So again, if you want the stamps or the inks or any of the stuff that go with this, please consider purchasing them from me. You can buy them when you register if you'd like. And you can also get the add-on layout, which if you guys scrapbook or you'd like to give it a try, you're going to love this. This is so cute. So here is the add-on layout for this club. How cute is this? With the little sand castle and all the things. You can put any size photo here you want. This is just a little placeholder, so it just looks like this. And so you can put a circle or square. I'm probably going to do a circle, actually. So you can do whatever you want there. And I just think this turned out so cute. So, yeah, loving it. Oops, I'm making a mess. Okay. So that, yeah, I know, everybody loves the glasses. The glasses are the best. I wish you could too. You can get the PDF if you want, Jennifer. I wish you could too. Okay. Oh, have fun, Lisa. Okay, so also coming up is our annual paper share party. You guys, this is so much fun. If you have not done my paper share party, you're missing out. It is so much fun. So you're going to get all 6 of the new paper packs that are in the new annual catalog. You get a quarter of every pack, and that is 72 sheets of designer series paper. Every design will be coming your way for just $32 plus shipping if I need to send it to you. If you're local, you don't have to pay shipping, of course. And you're going to get 6 card kits designed by me and Katie. Those card kits, one for each of the new paper packs. And we'll do a Facebook Live showing you how to put them together, just like we did today for the class. But it will be a private Facebook Live, so you won't be able to see it if you're not part of the event. Also, you will be getting 3 free gifts from me on top of all that. So it's a lot for $32. It's a really, really great deal. Plus, I give away prizes. I do pre-drawings for people who do the event to get prizes. And I do Facebook Live comment drawings as well. So you're going to get lots and lots of goodies with this event. Also, you can purchase the add-on color family paper share, and people have been asking me, what is this? Okay, so in case you don't know, let me show you last year's. Hold on. I probably just hit my desk. So this is the current catalog, not the new one, okay? Be sure everybody understands that. This is not what you're getting, because this is from last year's catalog. But just to show you, this is what we have. The Brights family, and we have 4 families plus 2 in color families. The main families, Brights, Neutrals, Subtles, and Regals. There's 10 colors per family, okay? See all 10 colors? All right, and you get paper that is in 4 designs. So let me show you, for instance. So this particular year, these were the 4 designs. The designs are always different, but you get all 4 designs in every color. You get in a full pack, you get 2 of every sheet. And so you're going to get all 4 designs in all of the 10 colors for each of the color families. And then the same thing for the 2 in color families, which there's 5 colors in each of those. So it's 50 colors, right, that you get these designs in. It's awesome. And so if you would like to get those 6 packs, you can add that on for just $23. You're going to get a quarter of a pack of each of those. It is also a share. And that just helps you get all of the colors that you can use for everything for a lower price. Now, the cool thing about this too, the designs are awesome, by the way. They look like this, which is hard to see in this picture, I know. There's a floral design, there's lines that are like a watercolor wash. I'm trying to remember what all of them are. One of them is, I can barely tell myself in this picture. I think one of them is just a watercolor wash. It's really pretty. And then the other one I think is like leaves or something like that. So anyway, really cute though. They're super cute. I have seen them in person. I just don't have them yet because we can't get them yet. So I will show them as soon as I get them in, but that will be after this date. So it's unfortunate. But anyway, if you're interested in that, it's just $23 more. Also, there are 7 new embellishment embellishment packs. I do have a few of them here, but I don't have all of them because we were unable to purchase all of them. But the ones that I do have, I will show you. All 7 of them will be in this, so you get a portion of each of these packs. These are heavy. These are metal. That's amazing. And it's just $14 for 7 packs, which is amazing. So look at this. Aren't these cool? These are like super cool. What are these called again? Pressed flower motif. Really cool, weighty pieces. And then we have the In Color flat pearls. By the way, this is also something you're going to get for free with my In Color Club if you do that. So these are the In Color flat pearls. They are beautiful, pearlescent in what I stamped myself, you guys, in all of the colors. Isn't that cool? In all of the new In Colors. And also I have this one. So this is only 3 of the 7, but you can at least see these. And these are the shades of green hexagons. These are so cool. They're clear, and there's 4 different shades of green. And they're flat on top. They're really cool looking. And this kind of coordinates with the, it coordinates with the turtle set, if you guys like the turtle set, but super cool all on their own. So that is 3, at least, of the 4 embellishments that you'll be getting with that embellishment add-on for just $14. Okay, and then we have 2 stamp sets, and where did I set those? I just had them, there they are. I was like, I know I have them here. They're close by. Okay, so the 2 stamp sets, you don't need to buy the stamp sets, but if you'd like to get the new, some of the new sentiment sets, I always try to pick the best ones, and so these are 2 really great ones. This is Beautiful Motifs and the Right Words. We will be using these for the card kits that we make, but you can use any sentiments you have if you prefer. And so you have these 2 sets. This one has a couple of background images too, which I love. And then you can also get the add-on die set. When you buy this as a bundle, you save 10%. And these background dies are super cool. This one doesn't even cut out completely. It just cuts out the leaves that pop up. It's so cute. So anyway, those are available as well. And if you purchase any of this stuff right here from me, I will pay your shipping from the company, so you're going to save 11%. So that's nice. But you have to do it with the paper share. If you want everything, all of the stuff I just showed you, it's $147.03 plus just the same shipping that you would pay for the base. So it's a great savings when you get more than just the base. But if you're interested in any of this, just make sure that you text me by the 2nd to register and pay for your event, and we're going to have a blast. So the actual event will take place in June, and so once we get all the orders in, we'll place all the orders, make all the kits, just like every time, and get all that stuff out to you. Hope you will do it with us, because I think you guys are going to love it. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yes, I know. Isn't that great, Kathy? I wish I'd been doing it longer, but this is only my 2nd time to do the embellishment share. Yeah. Oh, Kathleen, thanks. Thank you. Okay, and last but not least, on the announcements front, In Color Club is also coming for our new In Colors for this year. Again, I just showed you those embellishments, but here are the In Colors. Not really in person since we're on film, but there you go. There's the In Colors. And for the In Color Club, you get 1 color every month, and you get everything in that color. So we do it June, July, August, October, November. We skip September because there'll be the holiday paper share will be that month. So you get the pack of 24 sheets of cardstock, the ink pad, the ink refill, the blends combo, the Stampin' marker, the designer series paper, the faux linen ribbon, and a special card kit designed by me. So 8 items each of the 5 months. It is a commitment you need to make. You can't bail out in the middle, because I have to buy some of those things at the very beginning. And so if you bail out in the middle, I'm stuck with all that purchase. And so it's bad deal. So do make that commitment, please. I hate to have to be a stickler like that, but it is one of those things. And then you're going to get for free the In Color flat pearls from me as a gift. And so it's $66 a month. On the 14th of every one of those 5 months. And so you do need to be registered by June 14th and paid for your first month at least. You can pay all 5 months up ahead if you want to. But it's super fun. We do a live, all that stuff for this event as well. So just making sure everybody's aware of it. And for those of you that are demonstrators and you already bought all the colors for yourself, you can also just get the 5 card kits from me with the PDF and the lives for $15 plus $5 shipping, or you can get just the PDF for $10. So that is an option for those of you that are demonstrators. So let me know if you're interested in that. Also, just a last thing here, if you're interested in my free Creative Inspiration Calendar, you can get this from me every month on or around the 25th of the month simply by texting me your email. That's all you got to do. And I'll email this to you. You can print it out and you'll have a calendar every month. Each month has my Facebook Lives that are scheduled, plus all of the other days have a creative prompt for you, so you can do something creative every day, which is great for our mental health. It does also include the information about my Facebook Lives and my contact information. All right, so that is all of the announcements, which means it is now time for, I've got hiccups, the prize drawing. When I talk really fast, I get hiccups. Did you already sign up, Kathleen? I don't remember off the top of my head, so I'm not sure. Yeah, so a lot of the people that are saying they enjoyed the embellishment share, it's because it was brand new last time. So I added that on and they added it on too. And so they were like, yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. Just in case that confuses anybody. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you, Jeffrey. No stomach aches. Well, that's good. I mean, if they had gotten a stomach ache, I would have been like, you know. Hey, Sue, I didn't see that you had jumped on. All right, so let me put some goodies out here for you guys. You ready? And then stick around for the layout if you want. Okay, so we have the Heirloom Arrangements Kit. I can talk, I swear. Stamp set. This is the extra one, and don't worry, it's brand new. I also have the Floral Delight Designer Series paper sample pack. I have the Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green Foil Designer Series paper pack. I have this super cute Beaches kind of everything little pack. It has dies, it has backgrounds, it has Designer Series paper. You can't even see everything that's in there. There's a lot of cute stuff in there. So you can get that from me. You can also get, of course, a D-size block. For stamping with. You can get 4 ink spots, your choice of colors. I will text you a list of the colors I have available if you're interested in this one. You can get the gold holly leaves, which are awesome. They have gold foiling going through them, or gold thread, actually, technically. They're super cool. They're kind of like a fabric leaf. And then we also have the Little Chiseler. The Little Chiseler is not a Stampin' Up! Product. This is a company all its own, and I buy them in bulk from them to pass that savings on to you. So if you ever want to purchase one or more, they're $2 each, and I can send those off to you, or you can get them free in my drawing. Now for the drawing, I'm going to do one live today and then one next week, so that all of you who are watching this on replay have a chance to win as well. Those of you that are live, you get 2 chances. You always get the live chance, plus you also get the replay chance, which is nice. So this one is from last week, so we'll be drawing that one for everybody that watched the replay or was on the live. And that one was our paper pumpkin from last month, so we'll be doing that one too. Okay, so I'm going to grab the link from this video and pop it in Random Facebook Comment Picker, which does my drawings for me. And yes, I still laugh internally every time I say that. I used to laugh out loud. I couldn't help myself, but I've gotten past it after how many years of doing this? Anyway. All right, here we go. I'm hitting start, and our winner is, oh, sorry, I'm supposed to skip that person. Okay, hold on. Let me pick another winner. Okay. Forgot I was supposed to skip that person. Pauline! Pauline landed. Congratulations. Please pick a prize and put it in the comments. And then I'm going to come over here to last week's paper pumpkin video, if I can find it. There you are. And I'm going to grab the link from that. get all the comments. Wow, that's a lot of comments. Okay. And, okay. I have another one I have to skip. Sorry. I have a couple people that are like, I have everything. Just skip me. Kimmy! Congratulations to Kimmy Harlow. Are you on today, Kimmy? I can't remember if I saw you or not. So if you guys, Pauline Landit and Kimmy Harlow, will pick a prize and put it in the comments, I will be happy to give that to you. Flower paper. Okay, Pauline, it is yours. And I don't know if Kimmy's on or not. So Kimmy, if you are on, please pick a prize. So we're going to do the layout now. So let me move a couple things out of the way. And we'll do the layout. Was she on here? Kimmy? I don't know if I saw her. Did anybody see Kimmy on here? All right. So I've got our layout ready to go here. So let me put this, let me move this. I don't think she's on. That's okay. I'll send her a text. It's fine. Oops, that was loud. Sorry. Those blocks are kind of loud on the glass. Okay. So, it is now time for this super cool layout. So you guys, it's pretty simple looking, right? This is one of the coolest layouts I've ever done. So I've done some pretty cool layouts. And I know this sounds funny probably, but I love it because it's so unique. Like, I try to do unique stuff all the time, but sometimes you get kind of stuck in your head and you're like, what can I do? Like, this just looks really cool because it's not normal shapes. It's not squares. It's not any of that. Now, the question people have had for me is, do I have to have the arch dies to put photos on that? No, you don't. Now, do you want to? I mean, I'm going to. I think it would look really cool to have arch-shaped photos, but you don't have to. You can totally put squares. Let me show you. You can totally put squares or circles or anything like that on there, or ovals. Like, it's fine. So I can totally take, now this one's a little bit big, but I can totally take a square. Obviously, I would probably make it smaller than 3 by 3 because this is 3 by 3. So I would probably make it like 2 3/4 maybe. Here, let me grab a, I'll tell you so you guys know. Actually, I would do probably 2.5. 2.5 to 2 3/4 would be pushing it. Probably 2.5. So I would do 2.5 by 2.5, or 2.5 by maybe 3. You could do like more of a rectangle if you wanted to, maybe even longer. You could do 2.5 by, yeah, I'm going to say 3, probably be pushing it. So you could do a 2.5 by 3 rectangle, a 2.5 by a 2.5 square. You could do an oval. You could do a circle. I mean, you can do whatever you want in here, guys. Like, seriously. However, if you have the arch dies, or get the arch dies if you don't already have them, which I highly recommend because they're amazing. You can do so much with them. Then obviously you're going to be able to do pictures that are in the arch shape, which is super cute. So I know I'm going to be doing it, but do you have to? No. Okay. It's just super cute because it's unique. So I do like this layout for that reason, because the shapes are super unique. For instance, one time, and I'll have to show it to you guys at some point. I'm not going to try to get it out now because it's in the other room. But in one of my albums, I have a layout I did for my daughter, where basically all the pictures were small. So I cut them circles, and I made basically all the pictures into a bunch of grapes. So the backgrounds were purple, and I put them in a grape shape and had like a little thing. And so it's a grape. It's literally a bunch of grapes. That's what the the page is. And so I like being able to do some pages that are just off the cuff different. And I like that about this one. So I hope you guys like it too. It's not super hard to put together. It'll go pretty fast, but there you have it. That's why I like this one so much. Okay, so your kit, if you purchased a kit, has a PDF in there, so you can use that. I'm not going to show it because if you'd like to purchase it, you can purchase it. And then, of course, you have a free, what am I saying? Page protector that you get with every layout you purchase from me as well. Okay. Now, in this packet, we've got a couple of things. First of all, we have our little bag of goodies. So let's just empty that real quick so we don't lose any of our embellishments or little tiny pieces. Okay. You have a couple of strips. These are going to go down the center of our layout. So I'm going to set these aside for a second. And you have all of your arches. Now, yours may be a mess because they most likely got sent to you. So I'm going to help you find where they go. Okay. But just give me a second. We'll get to that. So the first thing is you have your two background pieces, which are the, what am I saying? The, words. What is this color? Petal pink. These are petal pink. So this is our background sheets. And then we have this piece here, which we actually need to cut. So you're going to end up with some scraps left over that you can make use of, like for sentiment pieces and stuff like that later. I have so much white. I was like, I don't even want to have it. So I'm not going to pre-cut it. I'm going to let you cut it and have the extra scraps. So what you're going to want to do is grab your trimmer and put your arm out. And these are, whoops, hold on. I want to double check. I don't want to tell you wrong. I'm pretty sure I know, but I'm pretty sure it's 11. Yep, it's 11. Okay, so these are 11 by 11 is what we need to cut them to. And you can cut them together or apart. It's up to you. I'm going to cut them together, but you guys can do it however you prefer. Okay, so I've got both sheets together, and I'm just going to cut them at 11 by 11. So I'm going to go to 11 here, which means you're going to have 1-inch strips that you can make use of for whatever you want to. Which is quite a bit of paper, actually. But I would end up with so many strips, I wouldn't know what to do with. I mean, I've got so much already that's white scrap. So, all right, so you guys have these 4 scrap strips that you guys can use for sentiments on other cards or whatever you want to do with these. Okay? All right. So we have our 2 pieces that are 11 by 11. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add those on real quick to my backgrounds. This could be a year at a glance, or yes, it could. It could totally be a year at a glance. That would be really cute for a year at a glance. I had thought about that when I first saw it, but it's the wrong time of year to make a year at a glance. And because of the theme of the paper and the stuff, I wanted it to feel like sky, so I decided to do this instead. But yes, it would be really cute for a year at a glance, or a 12 Days of Christmas would be another one. So I plan to do that probably again for both of those for myself. I don't know if I'll do it for like everybody, like as an actual thing, but definitely for myself I plan to do it. So, because I do like it. I think it's really cute. Okay, so there's one. Let's do the other one. Hopefully we got that centered. I like to kind of line up my next one with this one just to, you know, make sure they're kind of on the same path, basically. Because even though we think we got it centered, a lot of times we didn't. So if you just line them up, then nobody will know and they won't care. That's my little tip to you. Fake it. Okay, so I'm just going to try to line these up with each other. And that should, I'm going to move this over here. Help a lot. Okay. And then once you've done that, so you've got these 2 on, now we just need to add this piece across the center. So again, I'm going to do like this, and I'm going to use my graph paper here, or my mat in particular, to line this up. So this piece is 1 1/4, so unfortunately it's kind of at a funny mark. So, but if you put the center of it on the 6, you should be good to go. So that's kind of what you're looking to do, is put that on the 6. And so you can also do that this way, by making sure that the center of it is on the 6. Unfortunately, I can't see the 6 there. Let's see, where would that be? That would be just past the 18 here. So, okay. So let me line that up. So basically I'd want to put it like that. Okay, so I can line that up. And I do want to get this as close as I can, because I'm going to have arches on either side, and I want them to be basically the same distance from everything. So kind of important. Okay. So I try not to eyeball this one too much. I try to actually get it like actually on the center. Okay. And then I'm going to just set this one right next to it, make my life easy, line those up. By the way, if you ever struggle with this, just put some washi tape on there and hold it that way, so you've got them lined up. And then yeah, I think it would make a really great 12 Days of Christmas. For sure. I've thought about doing that actually, even if I, maybe for the, what am I saying? My 12 Days of Christmas videos. Since we're doing so much more layout type stuff these days, I thought that might be kind of fun. Or maybe just an extra, like a separate video. I don't know. I don't know. My brain's not quite there yet. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first, well, actually, I'm sorry. Let's put that aside and let's grab these guys. So on our first page, you're going to want, hopefully these were basically together, but if not, you've got a yellow one background with the, I don't know what to call that. Yellow, what is that called? What would you guys call that? I don't know. All right. And that one is actually going to go here on your page. We've got the green. This is lemon lime with this wash background. We've also got, whoops, the petal pink with the flora design there. The purple with the stripes. This is the fresh freesia, goes here. And then we've got the melon mambo with that design there. And then our sky, which is going to be one of the places we don't actually put a picture, here. Okay, so those are our 6 designs for the first page. So let's go ahead and add all these on, in that pair pretty, to our backgrounds. So what are you guys up to this weekend? My daughter's birthday is coming up. I'm super excited about that. I can't believe it. She's gonna be 24. How's that possible? Ugh. My son will be 26 in September. I just don't know where the time goes. Like, seriously. Sometimes when you cut out a die like this that's shapes, depending on your mats and stuff, you may get some little fuzzies. So just use your thing. I think, Renee, I think your mat was doing something funny with these because they're coming out with little fuzzies on them. It happens. It happens to me too. Easy fix. You might need a new mat. A new plate, rather, I should say. so that is all for the first one. And then on the second one, or the right-hand page, we've got all this. So I'm going to set this aside for a second. Okay, so we've got the pink, which goes up here. We've got the green with the circles. This is the lemon lime. This one is another one of those spots that I probably won't actually put a photo. I could, and I'll kind of talk about that later, but that one is there. We've got the rainbow with fresh freesia right here. We've got this super cool watercolor wash down here, and that is what's going to have this piece on it, which we're going to stamp, so we'll get to that in a second. And then we have the blue. See the little paper? Like sometimes it just doesn't, it leaves little fuzzies. I don't know why. And it tends to do it mostly on designer series paper. Okay, so that's what we have for this side. So let's go ahead and add these. If you want to wait and add this after you stamp it, you totally can do that. Or you can add it now. I did get this one. I don't know. Why do fuzzies? Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Wow. Oh my gosh. I love that paper so much. So you'll notice that all the colors I picked were colors that were in I tried to stick within a certain color palette, but it is a wide variety of colors, but super cute. Guess I'll just do that. I'm gonna go ahead and add mine. I'm just going to set it aside so we don't forget to stamp it. That bugs me. I hate the little paper pieces. I just loved that particular design because it looks really cool with the white on top of it. Like some of them you don't see as much, so I liked that one. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside. All right, we're going to stamp on it. So you can stamp and then add it, or however you want to do it. You don't even have to stamp on it. I'm just going to show you what I did. You really want to order which one? Which paper? This one? The one with the fun, what's it called? Fun, what's it called? Friends something. Oh, I can't think of what that paper's called. Help me, someone. What's that paper called? It's super colorful. Okay. And that'll be on this side. So there's our arches. Now this one we're going to stamp on, and you can stamp in black if you want to. I did not put a stamp color on this because I felt like it was one of those things that you know, can be whatever color you want as long as it's in the layout already. Basically, you're good to go. Or you could do black, of course. So any of the colors that are already in the layout, I think are completely good to go for this. So whatever color you want to do, I think is what you should do. So I chose the blueberry bushel because it's in this, and I thought that would be really pretty. And I forgot to grab it, so. Okay, so blueberry bushel is what I did. So let me grab my Stampin' mat here. And I'm just going to add one of these little balloons up in the top corner. You could do whatever you want. You could do the birds. You could do the birds on some of the designer series paper. You guys can, you know, sky's the limit. Ha! Get it? Anyway, sorry. That was terrible. You can do whatever floats your boat. All right, so there you go. All right, so let's go ahead and put all these on. So I'm going to start with the front page, or the left side. I say front, the left side page. Y'all know what I mean. And so we're going to add these on. And basically what I did, we'll put these on here first, and I'll kind of show you how I figured out spacing. So basically what I did is I tried to put these about equal distant apart, which is, I'm going to say about 1/4 of an inch in between each one and from the side. And then from each other, you know, that's pretty easy to do, but from up to top to bottom, rather than trying to center it, I just did it a certain distance from the actual strip. And so I just chose about, I'm going to say 1/8 of an inch away from the strip. And then that gave me, there's more space on the top and the bottom, and that's okay. I just wanted to make sure I had a little bit of space there. And so that's basically how I did my spacing. So I'm going to go ahead and add these. And what I do is I start from the outside, and then I can add the center one after. That way I can center it no matter where I actually end up putting the other two. But I am going to try to get about 1/4 of an inch apart. So if I, whatever space I did here, I'm going to do now over here. And then same spacing underneath. And then, oh, it's windy outside. My husband's grilling. He just opened the door and it like lambasted me. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and add the middle piece. I do not read any paper, but I really want, do not need, sorry, any paper, but I really want to order that one. Or I could just give it to you because you're my assistant and you help me all the time. She deserves it, right, guys? I've given her several things, including an embossing machine. Because, you know, I mean, hey, she helps me. She deserves it. I don't know what I'd do without her. I need to take you out to lunch. That's what I need to do. We need to go out to lunch sometime soon. I've just been so busy, man. I gotta just stop and breathe and take my assistant out to lunch. All right, last one. It's really pretty. Did anybody remember what it's called? No, I can't think what, it's gonna bug me. It's on the hold on, because it's gonna bug me. It is called Full of Life. Sorry, Full of Life. That is what it's called. So cute. Okay, so I am going to keep this right here because I do want to try to line up make sure that I'm basically on that same line with these. And so then this one I'm going to put down in this order, like this. So, but I'm going to do the same thing. Basically, I'm just going to use this as a frame of reference. So I'll start on this side with probably one of my favorite pieces on here, the rainbow. I feel like this one is not straight and it's really bugging me, so y'all bear with me here. I'm going to move this. I think it slid at one point. All right. Let me get that straight so that I stop worrying about it. Okay, now that it's straight, so I'm just going to add some washi tape here to hold that. It's true, Renee. It's true. That's why I can't live without you. Because if I didn't have you to help me, and my husband even helps me, but like if I didn't have help, I couldn't get it all done. I'm just saying. There's just no way. I need help. And there's so much I wish I could do that I can't do. Like, I just don't have time. Or energy. There's only so much energy too, you know, even though I have a lot of energy, I have more energy than a lot of people. I have less than I used to because of my injuries. And so, you know, I also have to be careful about that kind of thing. Like I don't wear myself out because it ticks my body off. And then I pay for it. And so I've got to be careful about that too. So it's kind of one of those balance things, you know, you got to be careful. All right, so I'm going to pull this washi tape off gently. Because we're done with that part. We'll finish adding this last piece on here. Well, you let me know what you want. Maybe it could be your birthday present for the year. Or Christmas or something like that. No matter what time of year. I don't care. I'll just get it for you. Okay. So now that we've got our basics done, we can add the little extras. So the extras being all these little goodies. So first off, I'm going to move this one away because we're going to work on one at a time. We've got some clouds in here, and then we've got our little, we've got 2 each, I believe, of these clouds. Oops. Yep. We've got our balloon that we're going to put together, just like we did for the card. And we've got a sun, just like we did for the card. And then we've got our letters. And we also have, look at that. I got so much ink on me. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Okay. How did I don't know. It happens. Okay. And then we have our words. So I'm going to go ahead and do the word part first. Just to get the little pieces out of the way. All right. So on this page, we're going to do beautiful. So we're going to save day, which is in pink here, for a minute. We're going to start with beautiful. So I'm going to, let me grab a piece of, graph paper so you can see what I'm doing here. So I like to use my silicone mat, that's the important part of this, on graph paper or on your glass mat, and you're going to lay out your word all lined up. And hopefully I spell it right. No, I'm just kidding. Have you ever done that? Put it down and then gone, oh shoot, what did I do? I transposed some of the letters or something like that. Like, that would be so me. I would totally do that. Okay. I always like double check it. I'm like, did I do that right? Okay, so we're gonna do beautiful. And you can pretty much space this however you like because there's plenty of room on this particular layout. Okay, and then you're going to grab a piece of washi tape, and I always make sure that this is not super tacky because you don't want it to ever lift the paper off of itself once you glue it down. Okay, so we're going to add our glue to this. Let go of me. It had a hold of me. Come on. So I'm just going to add little dots of glue on my letters. This is a really long word. I don't know that I can get my, well, I can almost, it's really, really wide stretch for my fingers to go all the way across. Wow. Okay, so once you have that, then you can add this. And make sure you're not looking at your tape when you do this. Make sure you're looking at your word and getting it straight. And I'm just going to add that in the middle. Just like that. Let that dry. Okay, so while that's drying, let's put together our little balloon like we did before. Why did I put the lid on that? I'm silly. Let's see. Oh, really? I'm sorry. That's no fun. Have any of you started doing the diet that, when I say diet, the way of eating, because I don't like to call it a diet. It's not a diet. I'm never going to stop doing it. It's not something you're going to do temporary. Like, it's a good way to eat in general. But have any of you tried it is my question, because I am now down nearly 50 pounds. So, and I haven't changed workout behavior. I haven't changed anything else. It's just, and I ate healthy before. So it's not really about, hey, I stopped eating like junk and now all of a sudden I'm losing weight. It's not like that. I thought I was eating healthy, but I was eating a plant-based diet, and now I'm eating an animal-based diet. And our bodies process the proteins and all that stuff better than they process plant stuff. So it's been amazing. And it helps with so many other underlying conditions that, or rather than the underlying condition being the inflammation that is caused in your body from the plant materials that we eat. I mean, fruit is okay in moderation. So I do eat fruit, but all the other plant materials, for the most part, there's a few exceptions, are really hard on your body in so many ways. If you're ever interested, just let me know. I'll be happy to send you the links for the materials. I have been so impressed. And I started in the fitness industry at the age of 15. I was the youngest certified aerobics instructor in the United States. I mean, I've been in the fitness industry for a long time and was a nutritionalist and thought I knew my stuff, but I was misled. Just saying. So, oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay, I'm going to be very careful since I already put that on there. Just do the basket first. If you followed me, then you're going to be careful. So just be careful and only pick up your basket with this first off. And then you can slide this up under here. And then add that piece. Okay. Now, I don't normally use dimensionals on my layouts, so it's up to you if you want to. I am not going to, but if you want to, by all means, you can. So let me just pull this off of here. I always hold the letter down just in case it didn't fully attach when I do this. And then I'm also going to come back in with my bone folder and just make sure that everything has attached really well. Okay, so I'm actually going to lay this flat. So I'm going to use my roller, and I'll just put a little bit of green glue on this. All right, and so this I'm going to put up here in the sky, and it's going to overlap outside of the arch. Just like that. I'm going to take one of these clouds and I'm going to cut it again at the bottom down here. So I'm going to cut kind of right between the two middle loops. Just like that. And I'm going to use this side over here. So let's see. Grab some adhesive here. And I'm going to actually have it line up with the white part. You could do the blue if you prefer, but I did the white. So I'm going to have it line up here. And then I'm going to take one of the smaller clouds and we're going to add that down here. Now I'm going to only add adhesive at the bottom of it. That way I can overlap here. And even if my photo kind of tucks under there, it's easy to do because I didn't add adhesive in that little top notch area. I just added it down here. So add that on, and we're going to add embellishments to this, and then we're done with this page. So I'm going to grab my embellishments here. Hold on, my washi tape totally curled up. I need to put that on the side of my desk so that it doesn't do that. Okay. So I'm going to take my embellishments here. Oops, don't come off of there. All right, so I have got a large gem right here. Those particularly faceted gems like to kind of mess with your goo, I've noticed. So I've got a small one right next to that. And I've got another large one up here in the sky, a small one up there, and another small one right here. See, it came off. Why is it doing that? I don't know if I hit it with my nail or what. Okay, so that's all the gems for this side. All right. Now let's move to the second page. And on the second page, we're going to add our little sun. Right here. And I added the, I'm not going to push down because I'm going to tuck under. So I've got the big cloud, but I'm going to have it be about here. So I'm not going to put any adhesive on this side. So I'm going to just keep my finger there and just add adhesive on this side. And then we'll tuck it up behind here. Like this. And then the smaller one here is going to overlap the sun just a little bit. So if you wanted to, you could put a photo here that overlaps into this line if you wanted to. Or you can just leave this as, you know, a decorative space. Or you could stamp some birds right here. You do you, whatever fits for you and what you want to do. Okay, and then I'm going to add this little cloud piece over here. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to do our, where did I put the, here it is, our day word. So I'm going to add my letters on here using my graph paper. Sorry, watching in between making American chop suey for dinner with garlic bread. Okay, what is American chop suey? I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm asking to make sure that I'm not thinking of the wrong thing. But thank you. We'll always make sure a meal has protein, a veggie. Yeah, leave the veggies out. And leave the grains out. Leave the grains and the veggies out. Do meat and fruit. Okay. That's what I'm doing. And I don't do a lot of fruit. And when I say fruit, like at dinner, I do avocado. That's my fruit. But there are some fruits that are not okay. Like tomatoes are not great for your body. So there are some that are bad. And there are a couple of vegetables that are okay. Like carrots are okay. But, and it's very specific. Like the doctor that I follow, he has done a ton of research and he also is willing to adjust if he sees new research. So he's not like one of those people that's like stuck in his ways about things. He's trying to find the optimal thing for himself and sharing it with the world kind of deal. So I really, really trust what he has to say because he's not just trying to like make money off of something. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to find the optimal thing for his own body, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to add my day right here in between, and it just barely fits, and that's okay. That's why we spaced it the way we did. So we're just going to add that there. Oh, okay. Gotcha, Darlene. All right, and then we're going to add our embellishments, and we're done because it's that easy. It's a super easy layout. I love this layout. Okay. So cute. It took a while to cut everything, but then once you get past that part, it's easy. Okay, so we're going to add a large dot down here by the day. And we're going to do 3 down here and 3 up here. So we've got a large here and a small and then let's see, I'll do another small down here, and then up here I'm going to do a large and a small up here. And then a large down here. Oops, see that little piece of stuff keeps coming off. I pulled it off with my nails, what happened, and now it doesn't want to stay. All right. And now we should be able to pull this off carefully. And we've got our day. Whoops. And I had meant to cut a picture with my arches just to kind of show you what it would look like, and I totally forgot, guys, so I'm sorry about that. I spaced it. But here is your finished layout that says beautiful day. So like I said, you could put a photo here kind of overlapping if you wanted to. I kind of like leaving this space open. I think it looks really cool, but you can, you know, of course, you can do anything you want. Or maybe you have some ephemera or something that you want to put right here, like some tickets to the movies. You could just kind of put those right here. So there's some different things you could use for that. Or to get to something, some event you go to or whatever. So, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central for a beautiful K-Sit card you guys are not going to want to miss. So thanks for being with me, and I love you guys. God bless.